right, we're killing off a shit-tacular year. It's Really Playing Games, the Extinction Curse, the final session of 2020. I'm your GM Graham. Joining me as my players today are Sarah as... I was about to say Liar. That's a totally different character. No, Sarah as Petey, the Tiefling Magus.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that fucks up stuff when it comes to my character.
Call me out. Brian as Faith, the Tiefling Monk.
Hi.
Garrett as Fabian, the Catfolk Rogue.
Hello.
Ross as O.R. Shisk, the Lizard Folk Swashbuckler.
Hello.
Also Ross as Marion, the Half-Elf Oracle.
Hi.
And Patrick as Horatio, his brother, the Half-Elf Wizard.
She's dead, Jim.
Good. Well, depending on who you're talking about in this case, if it's the sheriff, not so great. Not so great. So, you all, last session, went ahead and finished up your investigation of the graveyard behind the Church of Gold and Laws, the Church to Abadar in Aberton. Found that there were gremlins hiding out in a sepulcher and found some treasures and stuff there, but weren't too sure about it. I don't know. Decided to go back and rest for a bit, have some afternoon tea time at the circus, since you all had been having a rough day again so far and been injured and hurt very much. So went back to rest up for a little while. Marion decided to take it easy, take a chill pill, take a nap over there, but it was interrupted and the rest of you were called out to the middle of the town again because apparently some members of the Celestial Menagerie, the circus from which you all formerly hailed, heralded by, or led by Mistress Dusklight. There were some performers in town that were causing a ruckus. They were causing a scene, calling you out, calling the Circus of Wayward Wonders a shit show. It's awful. You're a charade. You're a sham. These performers suck. You should come view our circus down in Escadar. And of course, when two groups of conflicting circus performers meet, as is law and tradition for ages and ages, they must undergo a performance duel between the two circus performers. There a series of one-on-one duels ensued, first with this Jellicoe Bounce, one of the clowns that is part of the Celestial Menagerie. Didn't go so well. Then fighting off against Victor Volcano, former consort of Petra Doldamris, where he just emerged victorious. And then finally against Daring Danica and her lion Leandris, and that also didn't go so well. But at the very end, through some miracle, your group performed together and led out Fabian Finks, aka Jinglepuss, who turned the hostility and the naysaying of Daring Danica and all the enmity that she had, turned it on its head and said, no, kindness wins out at the end, and took aside a young girl from the audience, and to the delight of everybody around there, to applause and cheers and a hallmark miracle moment, Fabian Finks pulls it out for everybody and sends the members of the Celestial Menagerie packing and away from there. Which, as a by the way to you all, that will help generate some additional excitement at the start of your next circus performance for succeeding in that performance duel. Then you all decided to pursue onto your lead, where you've seen the Method fly to the Lindell barn on the outskirts of town, where you think there might be something that this halfling has absconded there, hopefully to try and find some folks. You went to this barn where you all are now currently, went around the front door, going to kind of go around the side, when this horrible, giant, snapping plant thing came out of the ground and began slashing at you, trying to bite you and eat you. You did battle with it and did slay it. However, it's being slayed and wilted now over on the side. You see that nearby the partially digested remains and clothes. You see a wide-brimmed hat, this silver chain, and on it has a silver star that engraved on it reads Sheriff. And there is also a silver spike that's kind of gleaming a little bit in the evening sun. As you all are noticing this, Marion comes striding confidently back toward you, finally catching up to the rest of the group after just taking another minute. It's been a lot. It's been a day. It's been a couple days so far that are just a lot. So Marion does rejoin the party at this point.
I don't want to talk about it. What are we looking at?
So, apparently, the sheriff we hoped we could save was eaten by this plant. Kneel down. Can I make anything in particular of the stuff? Is it... Wizard asks wizard questions. Is it magical? Is there any unexpected magic here?
Sure. What is your Arcana bonus again?
And 8.
8. Not entirely certain. That spike is giving off a little bit of a gleam to it, but you can't really tell what it might be. The chain of office seems like it is, finely crafted and made, but doesn't necessarily seem magical.
Does it seem like he was in fact eaten by this plant?
She, yes. You know that the sheriff is Sheriff Ralhain, and from the best you can tell, mostly digested. There's some scraps of viscera and whatnot, apparently, that have processed through this plant. Not much else remains besides the hat, the chain, and the spike.
That's a damn shame.
I'll take the chain of office.
Do you think there's a deputy?
Maybe.
Shrug.
I mean, the plant ate the sheriff, but he didn't eat the deputy.
Are there
I feel like I
any?
heard a bard sing about that one time.
Only we had a bard in this party. You can make a song about it.
Are there
Anybody
any?
identify this? I'll hand the spike around.
Anyone wanna
It's
give it a
not
shot
from.
at that?
It's not a creature spike, right?
Would
Or
be
is it?
an Arcana check, or no? It is man-made.
Okay.
What's your Arcana bonus?
It's a 7.
Okay, Petra, you do detect this is magical, and
Magical.
best you can guess with that, it's this kind of spiky thing.
It's a spiky thing.
That's a terrible description.
It's a magic spike.
Seems like it might be a talisman if it's a spike. But
Yes. So recently, you're getting more and more into talismans, and they're very good. So you kind of see this.
I'm really into talismans these days.
Yeah.
Yes, Petra mechanically is into talismans now.
They're so
it's
hot
a
this year.
pyramid-shaped spike, and you know that it's usually attached to armor. So it is a spike attached to armor. And
It's an armor spike.
it's an armor spike, and it's very specific. You're pretty sure that this only will help you if you are falling and can try to grab an edge. It is a very specific device that kind of helps and shoots out from your armor and attaches you to a ledge, so perhaps you don't fall to your death.
Does anyone climb that needs to not fall to... I explained this whole thing without just using this.
I climb, but I don't wear armor.
I climb too.
Could you stab it into your skin?
Yeah,
There is some rule where you can attach talisman to adventurers' clothes or something.
Yeah,
I didn't
armor.
entirely understand that.
I think is a large net and will include clothes as well. They're not providing you necessarily protection. I will allow attaching of talismans to.
I can
your
attach
robes.
talismans to my unarmed armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
Petra's
Technically,
not-
they are explorers' clothes.
Yeah, that counts. Sure. You can put a spike on your explorer's clothes.
And what's the name of the spike?
It is
Climbing
a
spike?
savior spike.
Are there any windows on the barn at all? I don't know if there's a stable area.
No. So from your vantage point right here, Marion is right next to these double doors, the barn doors here. There are walls all the way around here and around this side as well, but no windows that you can see. And on this side, yeah, it's basically a classic red barn, wood slats all the way up, shingled roof. Looks like it's not been well taken care of. A lot of the paint's chipping off and peeling, and some of the boards are kind of rotten toward the bottom. And there's plenty of undergrowth and bushes and whatnot right up against the barn that this plant was using to kind of hide amongst.
Now that we've made all this noise out here, is there any noise inside?
What's your perception bonus?
I think it is a 7.
A 7. All right. Alarshus, you're kind of looking around like so much noise, sensitive to it. Put your lizard ear up against the barn. I don't know how lizards work. And
They have like a hole, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, some kind of hearing device. You listen up against there. What you hear is kind of like a bit of a scraping sound, and then you think you hear something like a torch. But other than that, no voices, nothing else from within there.
I'm gonna like gesture and like, listen or whatever. Somebody maybe dragging something, or
like more of like a scrape and kind of a thud. Sounded like something scraping against something wood.
oh, someone's in there, maybe, or something moving at least.
Well, let's find out. I'm gonna open the door.
I'm gonna ready my shield.
Yeah, before he opens the door, I want to take the detect magic downtime activity. Downtime.
I want. Okay, is this a hide or what do you call it?
The
Sneak?
stealth
Can
thing?
I sneak?
Can you sneak?
I
Sure.
am sneaky.
So, you're sneaking.
I have +8 to my sneakiness. If you want to put it on a scale of 1 to whatever,
Sure.
it would be an
I
8.
will.
There's no maximum, I guess. So.
Okay. Horatio, go ahead and pop Detect Magic as a reminder in there for me. You said +8 to Faith's stealth bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Detect magic, and then the detect magic is mostly helpful if there are magical traps, because there are certain ones you need to be detecting magic to find.
Okay.
I should put that in my character details.
Alright. So, as Oarshisk readies a shield, Faith kind of sneaks and hides behind the group there. Horatio sends out a pulse for Detect Magic. Petra, Marini's opened the door. Petra and Fabian, are you all doing something in particular? We're just waiting for Marion to open the door.
Marion's so gutsy.
It's almost like he has a death wish.
With my Magus potency, do I have to if I put that on, I have to refocus it right in order to gain it back? Is that
Yeah, you have to take 10 minutes of meditation to refocus that. So doesn't sound like much for Petra. Fabian, anything doing in particular while Marion opens the door?
I will stay. No, nothing in particular.
All right, just kind of hang back as Marion pushes open the barn doors.
That was a very interesting sounding door.
Super creaky. This large, dark barn has a row of animal stalls along the west wall and 3 large cubicles for hay and food storage to the east. A table and chairs are tucked into the northwest corner of the barn, and the walls are covered with hooks and shelves for harnesses and other equipment useful for keeping animals. A loft 12 feet above the floor circles the barn's perimeter. 2 ladders provide access to the loft, one in the southwest corner of the barn and one in the northeast. From where you are, you can see a little bit over in this corner, at least Marion can, that there's the ladder over there. This gray line here kind of designates where the loft is overhead. So that's kind of where the end of the loft edge is, and then past this area over here is open. You can see over along the side here are the barn animal stalls. There's smaller ones over here, and you can see kind of at the far back over here is the other doors kind of exactly opposite from there.
Is it
There
dark?
is no light source in the barn.
Barn dark?
Yep.
Barn is super dark.
very dark.
Very dark.
Pitch black.
All
Yes.
right. There is I will say there is enough of. Hang on.
Well, there must be a light source because somebody heard one.
So you heard something that sounded like a torch,
That's
Oarshisk.
correct.
When you look in here, you do not see any kindling torches. So it is enough that there's enough light in here from like it's like 6 o'clock in the evenings. There's enough like ambient light around so you'll be able to see in here. I am going to say that the interior of the barn though is low light, but I can make it so the rest of you can actually see what the hell's going on. Daylight mode. Hurrah!
Awesome.
All right.
Very
So yes,
nice.
you can see the doors over here and over here as well, and opposite doors at the very end. The gray line is the edge of the loft that's above you, and then there's the ladder over here. As the door opens, Horatio, you detect no magic in the vicinity. However, you all hear from down the way this low, gruff voice kind of call out, Mistress Nemia, is that you? And you see the door down here open. And as it does so, you see a couple of small, squat, rocky featured creatures step out from the stall over there. They look like rough cobbled together stones, but you can tell some of these methods you've seen previously, like the one in the that you freed from the dresser. This one, however, kind of has this like dirt and stuff coming from it, and they kind of are stepping out, waddling out, and then they kind of stop in their tracks and see who you are and go, "Intruders!" Rah! And begin to fly off in your direction. I will say everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Faith, you can roll stealth for your initiative.
Finally. try that out campaign. So I rolled twice, but I want to take the first 23, not the second 23.
I don't know, Brian. It seems a little cheaty to me. I'll think about it.
Does climbing up a ladder climbing?
Yes.
Okay. Let me find the rules for climbing.
It is very slow.
What happens in a critical success?
You move less slowly.
So, Faith, you're currently undetected by them. So, what do you want to do?
They're also undetected by me. I guess I want to move.
Sure.
So I could double move to get to here.
All right.
So move.
You run out, and they see you approaching, running down the hallway.
And then I'm going to flurry on the one that's that one.
Sure. Go for it.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does indeed hit.
Takes
For
4 damage.
4 whole points of bludgeoning damage. You punch this little creature right in its big nose.
And then another 3. Unless the 20 is a crit, which it probably is not.
It is not. So a total of 7 points of damage after 2 punches. You run down. Begin punching this little creature. It seems rather offended that you did this. Okay, I think it's 3 actions, so on to Marion.
Yeah, straight up to there.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to demoralize the one on the right.
Okay. Versus its will DC. Ooh. Yes, that's a successful demoralize. He's not happy about that. You come up. What do you say to this guy?
Oh, I don't. I just glare at him.
Oh, just the famous Marion glare.
Imperiously,
Yeah, no, that is a success.
disapprovingly.
He is frightened 1.
And then I duck into the one of the stalls.
So you just stride forward. Glare, there's a little bit of ghostly energy that brings your hair out, and this method is spooked by that. So, oh no. Alright, so that was Marion being super scary. Fabian.
Okay. Let's take advantage of that. I think with 2 movements I can get to there, and then I'm gonna stab him.
Okay.
He's
Ooh,
demoralized and
that's
stabbed.
a
Ooh.
critical
deadly
stab.
He stabbed
8.
really bad.
Yeah, so you roll, let's see, so it doubles to 14, and then you add a d8.
Okay.
it's
Oh, I
deadly.
love it.
Yeah. And he is not flat-footed, so you don't get the sneak attack.
Oh man,
That's maximum damage too.
That's 30 damage.
Wait, so
I think he is really demoralized.
Oh,
It's
sorry, no, that's
third-
not sneak. That's
so
damage.
14, and then plus 8 on top of that would be 21 points of damage.
Oh,
22.
I've never done so good. Thank you, roll 20.
Still enough. This guy, so the one right in front of you, right?
Christmas miracle.
Welcome back. Yeah, this is your Christmas present for the end of the year. So this one, right, is the one you stabbed?
Yep.
Okay,
The frightening
so
one.
this one kind of goes out, is like, "Oh, intruders!" Sees Marion come out and just look at you, the presence of death in the grave, laden in his countenance, and immediately as he sidesteps, you see this cat just bounding, whoosh, psh, do a rapier thrust, go clean through him, withdraw the rapier, and he crumbles into stones, just super, super dead from that crit. Yeah, well, he's very dead. Nice work, Jinglepuss. Okay, so that's Fabian,
Okay, don't kill me next turn.
Petra.
See you. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, you don't have a lot of hit points, do you?
No, I don't. And I don't think I have a hero point right now unless it's recovered for tonight.
it is.
You do. At the beginning of each session, you get a hero point, so everyone's at 1 right now.
Okay.
15, 25.
Kind of made us very resilient.
I can't really tell. Are these like walls and doors?
Yes, so to your left, there are these smaller hay stalls, and then there right, there are barn door, or not barn doors, but stall
But the
doors as
only-
well.
There's only these 2 guys.
All you can see right now, yeah, are
Okay.
the one that Fabian just skewered and the other one next to Faith that she punched.
Oh yeah, that was maximum damage out of me. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without sneak
Um,
attack.
I was gonna do produce flame, but then I didn't really think that I should do that with 2 people in front of me.
Fine. It's only a little fire.
Allies.
I'm pretty sure I resist fire.
Oops. I was right
Let me
there.
just double check. Actually, probably don't.
10,
That's okay.
15, 20. There's no way to like move around them, is there? And like kind of hit from.
You can try a tumble through if you want.
Well, she can move through the dead guy's space.
Oh yeah, he did. You can move through his space.
Okay, let me just see. I was here 5.
Yeah, I think you were here roughly.
45, 50. Yeah, so I can move right there. And then I'll just smack him, I guess.
Alright. You run forward, kind of sliding past Fabian as you kind of go to the side, skewering, withdrawing your rapier. Petra comes around, the sword. And
You gonna hold it? My computer goes really slow.
oh my god! Holy
Another Roll
balls.
20 on the dice.
That's 20 points of damage. Oh my god. Petra slides forward and just
I didn't even need that Magus
skewers
potency.
the head off of this other method here. Just absolutely, before they can do anything, they are both destroyed. Utterly.
I was gonna take a prisoner.
Well, sorry.
Guess
Dave.
it's not gonna happen.
Um,
I just want to specify that my pointers were non-lethal.
sure.
After the two just get murdered by my compatriots.
Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
fine though.
it.
Just in the
So,
moment.
It doesn't count if I didn't do it.
Horatio and Oarshisk, what do the two of you do at this moment?
What do we do before we discover
no
the
particular
why we're
reason.
Still in initiative. I
No
am
reason.
gonna move forward, and then I want to recall knowledge on them, which is a +8. See if I know anything about them in presumably their methods, but.
So, yes, you are very confident that these were indeed earth methods. So, methods of the stone variety, usually known for being tough and resilient as stone, but not that much. So, they have some cool things they can do. They can meld into stone, and they can grow themselves to enlarge as well. But not these ones. They got just absolutely destroyed. So Ratio, you stride forward and kind of that was kind of weird. Oarshisk, what would you do at this moment?
I'd probably follow him in too, just to see what was happening.
Sure.
Probably there. And then they've. It seems like they've taken care of things, right?
For the time being, yes. For this moment.
I guess. Do I hear anything else? Are there horses in the stalls or something like
sure,
that?
I'll say with one more action you can make basically a search or whatever seeker search action is a perception. So what's that perception bonus again?
Am I gonna get attacked by another bear bursting out of a door?
Maybe. What's your perception bonus, Oarshisk?
7.
7. Okay. You hear something from the barn, the stall,
Sweet.
right here. So there's one right here that's partially ajar. You can even kind of peek into that one. You don't really see anything. But from this one that is closed here, you hear this scraping sound and this in this very moment. So you've used an action, I believe, to move to where you are, and then one to seek out and kind of listen to stuff. You still hear this weird torch sound, but it's kind of coming from above you, but you don't see any light.
I'm gonna look up and raise shield.
Okay, so you're kind of preparing yourself for danger. You go ahead and raise the shield. It is at that moment that peeking up over the sides of the loft, you all see 2 more of these method creatures. However, these
Fire.
method creatures seem to be possessed of the fire element instead. Wow.
Surprise.
Surprise! So they're up on the loft. You can really see, you kind of get surprised by them, but they are, one is in this square, but up in the loft, and the other one is over in this square, but up in the loft. This one up here is going to look down at Petra, Faith, and Fabian clustered together right there. And breathe out a gout of fire in your direction. And that nice little cone right there.
Man.
Well,
We're in a group too.
The other one, it's not going to be able to quite get there. It can go down here, maybe? Yeah, no, it will descend. So this one you can actually see at this point. So I'll move him over to there and take away this. Since you kind of know Orashus, there's nothing in there. So there is one now that's kind of perched right on the door by you, Orashus, that's also going to breathe a gout of flame over to you three. So everybody needs to go ahead and make reflex saving throws.
Oh, man.
This is finally what I'm good at.
Curse yourself.
Oh.
Oh, man. The 23
Oh.
me crew.
Yeah.
Jeez, that-
Ooh,
My
poor
God.
Marion.
Marion, you
Not
got those
keeping up.
numbers backwards.
So everyone saves except for Marion.
surprising.
He gets his numbers backwards, a decent amount.
Okay. So
But he's a very
Marion,
good
you're just kind of
performer.
like hiding in this. It's like, I'll be safe in here, and then suddenly, this gout of flame comes out. Marion, you take 5 points of fire damage and ongoing persistent 1d4 fire damage. So you are on fire. Everyone else takes 2 points of fire damage. So this one kind of came down and landed on that door, so it's kind of just perched up over there, essentially, in that square. The other one is still up in the loft and is going to retreat back into an area where you can't quite see them. But then it is back to Faith's turn.
Is there like a ladder that goes up to the loft?
Yes, you can see the closest one to you is up in this northeast corner over here.
Are the ladders 10 feet or 15 feet?
The ladders are essentially they'd be 10 feet because the thing's up. The ladder is 15 feet total because there's a bit that extends up. No, it wouldn't. It would stick. Sorry, I'm waffling on this. 10 feet. 10 feet of ladders, which you have to climb to get up there. If you wish to climb.
So it's 20 feet to get to the ladder, and then 10 feet to climb up?
Yes.
Is climbing like... the only time I climbed before, it was a cliff, so... I feel like a ladder should be easier?
Yes, a ladder is particularly easy to climb. So it'd be a movement to get there. It's a second action to do that. So I think it's a very low DC for an athletics to climb up a ladder, but your check will determine how quickly you get up the ladder. So you can go ahead and make your athletics, Faith.
Oh, well.
Is 20 good enough?
Yeah, it's a critical success. So absolutely, your speed is over 20 feet. So that is a 10-foot climb. So yes, with that successful critical climb, you can just take one action and quickly climb up to the top. So Faith, you are now over here. And so...
Ooh, into the unknown.
Yes. Sorry, I dragged everyone over there, but only Faith can see what's going on over there. So that's your second action. You've gotten up to the upper part of the loft here. Everyone else, you want to scroll to the left to return to your line of sight.
Okay.
So I only have one action left, and I'm nowhere near him.
He looks very surprised when you come to see him.
So I'm going to run away from him. I'm going to confuse him even more. I'm going to run down to here. See if I can get him to chase after me.
Okay. So you all see that Faith is now 1, 2, 3, 4 in this square over here on the loft. So you can see down, kind of catty corner below you, Faith, is... Oh, well, I should do this with the line of
Oh,
sight.
the other one is there, isn't it?
Yeah, so let me update the light for you, because you'll be able to see down into the thing here. So you see that, and you see that this guy is also right there. And you've got some... I don't want to confuse your allies, but they are over here as well.
So, but are we adjacent? Because I didn't realize we were in the same square.
No, you're not, because he's down, like at the lower level at this point. So.
Can I retract and move back to here? I want to be a little bit farther away from that guy.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, but that is Faith. Marion, you're on fire. What do you do?
I'm going to seek for a water trough or something similar.
Okay, so you look around for water, eh? Let's see. What's your perception bonus?
It is +5.
Okay. You look around in the stalls and around over there for, a trough or a bucket or something, and you find no such vessel for water. It seems there's like old mildewed hay in most of these. Kind of looking up and down the hallway, no signs of liquid in the near vicinity.
I'm going to stop, drop, and roll.
All right. So you go ahead and begin like rolling around over in the stall over there. So I'll say that reduces the DC to avoid more persistent damage to a 10. So you take the 1d4 and 4 points of fire damage, but then you do successfully pad it out on your turn.
We can use this to give a PSA about fire safety, children.
Fire safety is important. Marion stops and rolls around on the ground a lot, smothering the flames. I will say, as a consequence of that, though, you do end up prone.
Yes.
Because you were on the ground. So Marion quickly bats out the flames before they burn you too bad, but it hurts. It hurts. Fire hurts. Fire hurts kids.
Yeah.
Fabian.
Okay, I will do one action to get here, and I will also try to climb up the ladder.
Okay, go ahead and make that athletics check. Alright, that's a success, so it is, basically with one action you are halfway up the ladder. It's like...
Okay, I will use my remaining action to get up there, so I'm not in other people's way.
For sure.
Top of the ladder. I guess that's my 3 actions, because I had to move to get to the ladder.
You gotta make another athletics check to see if you successfully climb the rest of the
Technically,
way.
because if you critically fail, you might fall off
I
the ladder.
fall? That would be hilarious and embarrassing.
You essentially have to roll a 1, but yeah, that's a critical success.
Oh,
You can
thank
absolutely
goodness.
get up on top there and even kind of scoot over to the side.
Oh
so-
no, I didn't realize how this was. Okay, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
I may die.
Well, if you want
Forgive
to,
me.
I'll say you could scoot over to this side if you want.
Oh, it's all good. I think I can be blasted in either direction, so it's all good.
All right, you kind of get up to the side, shuffle over, and see Faith over there, like, and see the other one up here. Okie dokie. Then after Faith, we are on to Petra.
So you said is it called Grimspawn? What is it called?
Method.
Method. Okay, I was reading one of my abilities, and that's what I thought. I
Yes,
got confused.
you are a Grimspawn.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. It's up, right? And the other one is...
There's one up in the loft that you can't see, and there's one above the door right by Orashisk. Over here.
If I go over here, can I see it or no?
Yeah, you can. This one is on the lower level, and you can see it.
Okay. What? If I'm like right there, can I still see?
Yes.
Well, I can't really attack it. Can I attack it from like right here?
Yes, you can.
Like through the door. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna do my magus potency.
Have you refocused to get that back, or?
I think we did, because we took the 10-minute.
Did you use it against the plant?
Did
I
I?
don't remember.
That's a good question. I don't remember. I might have. So I'm looking. So yeah, I'll just not do that until I refocus in case I did. I don't remember. So I'll just put chill touch on my sword.
Sure. Slide casting, you put the chill touch on your sword, and head up to
It's probably overkill.
the little thing.
Oh,
A 23 does hit.
cold damage,
so
right? Oh, I guess the
12
spell has to.
Does the piercing damage first, so it'll take that 12 piercing. Does not like that. And then it's negative damage,
negative.
so we'll see how that works. But he has to make a fortitude saving throw. Not super good at those. He fails. You see this one land and set Miriam on fire. You slide forward, infusing your sword with necromantic energy, and go and suck the life force dry. You see kind of like a quenched torch, this bright little red monster landing on top of the door, just kind of like in a puff of smoke.
I just like
is
put it out.
is extinguished.
Whoops.
Yep, it dead. Super dead. But that is Petra. So
Petra's just gonna keep killing them unless someone specifically says
stops her.
stop.
She's on a murdering spree. Yeah, Horatio, on to you. The one you can see just got killed by Petra. And you know that based off of the whines of Fabian up over the loft, there's another one up there somewhere.
And the second god of flame that got them as well.
I will move there,
Uh-huh.
and then don't have anything. Look at this. I think I will just cast shield because
Sure.
there's not really anything else I can do.
Hey, Petra and Fabian.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can assuage some GM guilt, can I have you both just roll a flat check, just for shits and giggles, just a straight D20 roll for me?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You're both fine. Technically, it is low light in here, so they do have some small level of concealment, but you would have hit anyway, and y'all the ones who murdered the shit out of us folks, so I'll let it slide.
We don't
I
have
think
to
I have low
rewind
light.
back to the beginning.
I
Oh,
have low light vision anyways.
you have low light vision. Do you
Yeah, doesn't
have?
everybody?
No, I don't.
You don't?
The lizard doesn't.
I have dark vision.
I don't think that
Oh, fancy.
Petey does.
Tieflings do
I
get it.
Tieflings don't get it?
I did take a feat to get it. I had to start as an elf to get low light vision, and then take a feat to get dark vision.
Ooh.
Oh, but she has low light vision, so y'all good.
Just me.
That's all good.
It's okay. I felt like that when I was the human in our one game where everybody was a critter.
Yep. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Cool. Good to know. I played the game right. Guys. Orcius.
Cool.
Well, they're kind of bright too. You know, they're on fire.
Yeah, they got a little bit of light to them. It's easier to see this fire, guys.
Can I climb on top of the door and then climb from on top of the door to on top of the thing onto the loft?
Yes, I will say it is going to be an athletics. It'll be a climb action to get on top of the door, and then a
Right.
climb action to like jump up and climb up onto the loft.
Right.
So go ahead and make your first one.
Crit.
That's a critical success. No sweat. You just kind of like scamper up on top of this door here. No problem. You're in reach of the second ledge there. You can make another athletics check to get up there.
Okay.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Yep, absolutely. Orcius just
Another
two
crit.
large, like acrobatic leaps, doing the lizard climb to get up
Lizard.
there. I'll
Lizard
say
climb.
lizard climb. That 100% gives you panache. Like that's badass. Sorry, that's dragging the map. Don't do that.
I'm suddenly outside the.
Nope. You are up here, so you can see over in the corner, kind of near Fabian, where the other one is up there.
So that was 2 actions, and
Yes.
then I guess I will move to. Move to here.
Okay. So that was Oarshisk. Next, this little fire method. I just thought of a clever idea. Hang on one sec. Nope. Okay, so it's going to not like this at all. So it's going to cast a spell at Fabian. You see it kind of create this super bright torchlight in its hands, and then send it over in your direction. I need you to make a will save, Fabian.
Oh, it's always will. And I never.
Oh, a crit!
Huh?
What is the night? It is
Another
holiday
natural 20.
magic. It's
Well,
so
also,
many
I mean-
20s tonight.
It's
Solstice magic.
the
Oh, yeah.
the concealment check. You also rolled a nat 20 as well.
I know.
Not
I'm
that
just
it
like,
matters.
next game it's gonna be all ones. Like, just wait.
Nothing happens.
Aww.
That's right.
Fuck. It's just going to then run at you, screaming the whole way as it just flies toward Fabian, but then it can't do anything else this turn. Faye.
Oh no! Sorry, GM.
Man, these guys are getting destroyed.
I can
Don't
move.
be. It was probably bad.
I know it was, but I know Graham always likes to see his stuff.
Well, every DM likes to see their players suffer.
I
This
can
is the
move through
way.
Fabian Square, right?
Yes.
So I can move to there.
Yeah,
Did you see what that movement was?
I sure did. 30 feet.
And is that flanking? Or not quite?
No, not quite. He's small.
I have to be here to be flanking. Okay.
Yes. Technically, you could cut the corner if you went from here to here.
I already cut one corner. I can't cut two.
Oh, yeah, you do another... It'd be an extra 5 feet. For
And unless we're playing 5e rules, which case I can.
No.
I'm just gonna punch it then.
Okay.
Okay.
Haha!
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
We're
God.
heroes.
Or
We're heroes,
10
Graham.
points of non-lethal damage, and then I'm gonna
Jeez.
punch it again.
Holy balls. That's just another normal hit, is it? Is
Yeah.
it non-lethal?
Non-lethal, yes. Did I knock it out? That is 17 points of damage, so. I know
You
they had
run
first threat.
around before it can reach its little fiery claws towards Fabian's throat. You go around behind it and punch, knock it unconscious. Boom! And you all hear a thud from the loft there. As the din of battle ceases, after you all have handily just wrecked these methods, absolutely just destroyed these guys, you all do get 120 experience points.
Bam.
What does that put our total at now?
760
What?
7.
is what I have.
I have 740, but maybe I missed something.
I must have missed something. I must have missed a lot of things because I was at 490, man.
What, Brian? What do you have after the 120?
I would be 740.
Okay, that's 2 for 740. We have 1
Maybe-
for 4 something.
Don't listen to
We have
me.
1 for 6.
No, it's definitely 7. I mean, I had 640, but I could.
Yeah, I had
I'm gonna listen to
620
the-
when before this battle.
I'm gonna listen to the guy who plays an account.
That is true.
So what
Sure.
would it be?
760.
60.
Yeah. I'll give you
Okay, 20 points.
Yes.
To Gryffindor.
Because there was some little minor XP
I thought I
awards
was
and that kind
doing
of
my
stuff.
math so well too. I was not.
Yeah. Clearly, you're doing great. You're just.
I think you missed like 2 things too.
I swear, I don't know.
So with the battle done, not only can all of you now hear what Oarchus was hearing coming from this stall over here. There's a those of you up in the loft can see down into this stall here and see that there seem to be some humanoids in this stall over here.
Can I walk over and drop down?
You sure can. So, as you drop down, Oarchus,
Into death.
no, you drop down and you see 3 bound and gagged humans, all tied together. There seems to be a female, a male, and a child there. They all look kind of scuffed up and dirty and whatnot. But
Do they look millish? Does the child look like they can draw?
hard to tell
I mean, they have
from
names,
a cursory
I guess.
glance.
You can ask them, but
Yeah, hard to tell from a cursory glance, but Oarchus, you see them all just kind of like look up at you wide-eyed and stop like saying anything.
Can I, like, try to gesture that I mean no harm or something?
So
Try to-
a
you could
lizard
probably say it. I don't
drops.
want to tell you how to control a character, but you can try speaking.
Well, Oarchus kind of drops down into there. This big lizard folk kind of suddenly appears there, and then it's just like they all just look to each other and look back to you, like unsure what to do. The rest of you seen, yes. You open the stall door here. It opens wide, revealing the rest of you to the people trapped inside. The rest of you see these 3 humans bound together inside, roped together, lashed to a post in the middle of the feed bin, gagged and whatnot.
Can I slowly try to, like, break the rope on their hands? One of the closest to the woman, the miller.
Okay. So it is a dexterity check, but you could, if you wanted to, take your time slowly to work out the knots and work out the ropes there.
I'm gonna take my time, I suppose. I don't
Sure.
want to accidentally
All right.
hurt
So
them.
Oarchus begins the task, taking a little while to free them from their binds and gags. As you do so, they kind of rub their wrists and kind of cough a little bit. You see the woman stand up, and this man, and you assume to be their daughter, kind of brush up, and man kind of leans down, like, "Are you all right, Emma? Are you all right?" "Yeah, I'm fine." The woman ends up, "Thank you. Y'all aren't with that halfling woman, are you?"
No.
Oh, thank the gods. Oh, Abadar be praised. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. My name's Sarah Houghton. I'm the miller here. This is my husband Rickard and our daughter Emma. We've been tied up here for a little over a day now. No food or water, but nothing. That horrible halfling woman came by and took us all. Had this whole retinue of demons and worse there. It just took us here. Thank you for helping us out. She seems very appreciative.
There seems to be a lot going on in this town, but we looked at your home first to see if we could find you, and you weren't there. But do you know anything about the brothers who owned this barn? Are they? Have you seen them or
the Lindells?
Yes.
Yeah, they were supposed to be Well, they were tied up in the stall next to us, but then these two priests from the Hermitage came, and they were talking to Nemia for a while, and then I didn't see them leave, but I saw the Lindells leave. But they looked funny. They looked weird. I was able to poke my eye through the door stall and see they left in kind of a weird gate or something. I don't know if they're still there or what became of the priests, but...
Oh. I think I know who you're talking about.
Or maybe the Lindells were the zombie things. I'm gonna gesture at Horatio. Worm things.
You weren't zombies.
I think that's right. That's... What would the hermits be doing with demons?
I don't... She's kind of like shakes her head. You know, us folk of Aberton mighty humble. We'd never have any kind of issues with the hermits up there usually, but recently they've just, you know, seems like there's been something going on up there, and now this halfling comes from the Hermitage too, and she's got all this ill will and malice and killing and capturing and doing horrible things. I don't know what's going on up there.
Seems unsafe, to say the least.
Well, your home is safe. We can guarantee that much.
Thank you.
The just avoid the orchard. We plan to go there, and there are some rumors about boars. I think it's the only place we haven't been.
Bored already.
Yeah, it seems like that halfling had some kind of a way with animals. She was talking to, you know, some up here and with plants too. She was just whispering all sorts of bad things to them and seeming able to command those in the little gremlin, the elemental things that she had too.
We have her tied up in a glass box. You don't have to worry about her.
She kind of smiles despite her condition. Oh wow, that's great. You got a little rat in a box there. That's fantastic.
That was my idea.
Well,
I wave her staff at them.
oh wow, you did take care of them. Well, thank you all so much. If there's anything we can give you, I mean, we have a small, you know, some tokens of our appreciation we have back at the house. You know, we do pretty well as a family. You know, being the millers of the town and all. So please let me give you something in token for what you've done for us.
We would appreciate it. Not required, but would certainly accept it.
Of course. Well, we're ready to go whenever y'all are.
Let's maybe you want to leave this particular room, but I think we'll take some time to look around and see if there's any other information we can glean here. Look at Marion, who doesn't look much better than when we left him. Maybe patch up some wounds first.
Sure, we'll wait outside for you.
At least he's not on fire anymore.
That is true. So I want to take the knocked out fire method and bring him downstairs and tie him up.
Okay.
Maybe tie him up first and then bring him downstairs. It doesn't really matter the order, I think.
Does that work?
And
Were we
I
gonna-
want to. I was just gonna like fireman's carry him with like throw him over one shoulder and climb down the ladder.
Yeah, it's small enough that you can just kind of like, you know, over one shoulder and kind of climb back down. And you're also a monk, so acrobatics is not a problem for you.
So these runes that are on the floor, those are really there, right?
Yes, so what you can see up here, Fabian and Faith, Faith, you kind of just drop the...
I have +5 to occultism, if that will tell me.
Oh, I'm gonna call down to Horatio that I think you should come up and see this.
Faith, although there are these engravings and kind of this arcanish circle on the floor up there by this bed, you cannot tell what they might be for. But what you can see, it's obvious to Fabian and Faith, is a pretty small bedroll. There are a lot of little stained marks and rat droppings kind of around the bed and around the arcane circle up there. It is there's signs and sigils and whatnot that's all kind of up there, and then there is kind of near the bedroll, sitting on the loft there, is a small little glass vial filled with some dark substance in it. Horatio, you climbing up?
Yes.
Okay. So Horatio is up here now.
I would say what the hells is this, but I think hells is the wrong word.
You begin identifying the things you see before you.
Yeah, 8 occultism or arcana.
Okay. So looking over this using some occult knowledge you've picked up, Horatio, you're able to kind of look and see that the circle and the runes around it are a summoning circle. But that beyond that, like incorporated into the sigils of the summoning circle, are several symbols that represent Gazra. So there are, there's like a leaf symbol and like a tree that's incorporated into there as well. Several signs of nature, but they're in kind of a perverse way. I mean, to use these holy symbols of Gazra in a summoning circle like this is wrong in several different ways. So but that is what you identify, at least from that. Do you notice the vial as well as is pointed out to you? Do you want to try to identify that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
8.
Okay. For that, you do identify the liquid in there, and so it is a oil that is in this vial that appears to have these translucent threads that are swirling in the darkness of the oil. So you know that this oil can be used to repair items. Pretty universally able to repair any kind of item. It is an oil of mending.
Handy.
While all of that stuff's going on upstairs, I would like to canvass any local ghosts to see if they have any information.
Sure. Glean lore. Okay, so what is your religion? Is it secret? Yeah, it is.
My religion modifier is a +5.
Okay. So you're just trying to look for ghosts local to this area and any useful information they may have.
Yeah, specifically about the druids, I think.
Okay. Let me think for a sec. So, there's this really old farmer ghost that's kind of just hanging out, chewing on a long, thread of wheat, and wide brim hat, kind of looks over at you. Evening, Sonny. Yeah, I done seen that halfling rat scurrying around here. I tell you, mighty mean one, her. But got a whole army of demons on her side. I'd be mighty worried if I were you. They'll come looking for her, and they'll kill anybody that's done fucked with her. But don't you worry. She's got a weakness. She's got a lover. Back at that old hermitage. Yeah. She's got one she cares about real nice. Waiting for her back there. Might be able to leverage that. Ghost whispering boy. Y'all take care now. Disappears into the ether. Horatio, you can absolutely, while your brother talks to ghosts, refocus, and you all take a little 10 minutes to do so. So you can refocus as well, Petra, if you like.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing.
So basically, that was
circle?
either a failure or a critical success, right? Is the idea? Or
I mean, it could have been a critical failure. It could have been a success.
I will say that the 2 pieces of information that this old farmer dude gave you was that there is a demon army this halfling has at her command, and this halfling has a lover.
right? Okay, so 2. I see. Success or critical failure.
It's like 2 truths and a lie, except there's only 2 of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you don't know
What was
how
the-
many are true and how many are lies.
What was the druid's name again? The halfling.
Nemia.
Wasn't it Nemia?
Nemia, and the people, you never got a good name out of her from most other folks, but the Hoftons can confirm her name is Nemia Bramblecloak. And that is the halfling. In addition, since you all did successfully free the Hoftons and hear about this horrible halfling and how she treated her, you all get an additional 30 experience points. So 790.
Oh, so close.
I don't know. I'm gonna wait for a double check by the accountant before we're out of town.
Yeah, accountant, are we good on that?
So
That's what I've got.
can we remove the summoning circle? Can we just like erase it? I'll probably get after ratio.
Yeah, you could probably deface it, erase some runes and whatnot, and fuck it up a little bit.
I really need to prepare prestidigitation one of these days. Seems like
do you want to come back and do it
spells I
tomorrow?
prepare are useless and perils of being a wizard. Yeah, we can put some elbow grease into it, I guess.
Yeah, if you go and just take any rags or straw or whatever, or use your feet and kind of kick and erase some of the sigils, it'll mess it up.
Did we find the water?
Summon an alternate creature.
You don't
Right,
find
so we
any
all
water
get
up here,
raised.
or kind of anywhere in the barn.
And there are no animals, right?
No, checking if you do, because you guys are taking like 20 minutes or so looking through all of this. What you see is the rest of the barn is empty except for this stall here next to where the Hoftons were held prisoner. There are these loose skin sacks of people. You see that like 2 piles of skin. They look to be from middle-aged human males. They are clad in gray robes, the color of a storm cloud, and you can tell, and taking some time to look at it, that there are religious symbols of Gazra, wooden symbols hanging from their necks.
Maybe the hermitage is not bad and has just been infiltrated by demons.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Oh, and there are also 2 bloody tridents leaning against the wall in that stall.
Where did you get a trident?
Right? Are we near the ocean anymore?
Somebody killed a merfolk.
We are. I mean, we are. We're on an island.
That's okay. Well,
I mean, like maybe somebody took the gladiator background. You could try it that
Fair.
way too.
Just regular old
Is-
tridents there.
Are tridents Gazra's favorite weapon?
It might be.
Like, no, but.
It is.
So, but does it seem
Yeah.
like there were any animals recently, like within the last?
Recently, probably
is-
not.
Is there okay?
Yeah, you look around this, and I mean, it seems like the hay is all mildewy and molded in most cases. I mean, it's, it seems disused for a long time. Apparently, the Lindells weren't doing too well. If you've had to guess and look about the condition of the farm and the barn.
I mean, they're doing a lot worse now, so because they're dead skin sacks in the graveyard, we think.
Yeah. So we should probably take these tridents and these holy symbols to the hermitage.
The ones on the skin sacks?
Yeah.
Should we take the skin sacks too? I don't really want to, but like it kind of
I'd
seems
rather
like
not.
they would want to do burial rites with the remainders of their.
Right, if they want to
friends'
do that,
bodies?
they can come and get the skin sacks themselves.
It's true. I mean, they're not going anywhere, so.
Marion, as you pick up
Probably.
the wooden symbols, you notice that across them, on closer inspection, they have these jagged runes engraved on kind of the leaf and dewdrop symbol to Gazra that are like, etched into the wood.
I would like to try to make sense of them.
Sure. What's your religion check?
+5. Still +5.
Okay. You take a look, and it seems that, it's obviously been defaced, but you can't exactly tell what the runes are meant to symbolize.
Okay.
All right. So you take the tridents and the symbols. Anything else you all do around the barn?
I think we should take some time, see if we can patch some of our wounds up, and then maybe escort the miller and her family back to the mill, just to be safe. And then I think we have some boars to investigate.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Any treat wounds attempts you all want to try to make?
I'm doing
Oh.
alright. For once.
I could use, if I can have,
Looks like Favia and Marion are hurt.
but I don't know. Do I trust you?
Y'all been rolling really well tonight.
Do you?
Yes. Yes. I have faith.
Willing.
You'll.
All right.
You have faith.
Yeah,
Faith
right
has
there.
you.
Get it.
I have faith too. Aha, 25. Success.
There you
I
go.
will take it.
So net 9 hit points.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I rolled really bad on 48 though.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not a negative.
Anyone else trying to treat wounds?
Um,
I can do it for Aroshisk.
sure. Are you gonna be okay?
I mean, Faith can then heal me.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, that's a success, I think.
Yep, if it's just a normal, it's 15. So,
3 whole hit points
3 hit points.
to the lizard
Man.
boy.
Okay. After that round of treatment, Faith, do you want to try to treat Marion's wounds?
Sure. Probably won't kill him. Aha!
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Not kill you.
Well, it does
Well,
7
I did,
damage,
technically.
which it does, but then absolutely brings him back up to full with that. So just another healing punch, bam, kind of knocks back against the barn door, but then he's like, I feel great. Like something just hits the back of your head in such the perfect way, Marion, that you're like, oh, this is great. I feel wonderful. Wow. Huh. Like, it's weird. I feel invigorated.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's go to this orchard, eh?
Marion's disposition does a 180. Sure. So, you all leave the Lindell barn. Again, heading over to the Aberton map. So you are kind of way down here to the southwest and heading back up through town. So obviously it's easy enough to pass into the orchard if you want on the way, but you do have the Hoftons with you, unless you want to take them to the mill and then backtrack to the orchard.
I think we should escort them home. I don't
Yeah.
want them to be murdered by boars. That would be like
And it's
Yeah.
not that
really
far.
bad luck.
It's really not that far. Aberton's a very small place, so you kind of pass by the orchard, kind of scouting it out. You don't see
800
anybody there. Yeah, it doesn't take very long at all.
No boars running back and forth chasing people.
15
Uh,
minutes.
Yeah, so no, you all pass by the orchard. You see just kind of like this creek bed that runs through it. It's not really well drawn on the map. There's like part of a creek that comes and goes around toward the southern side of the orchard. Nobody in the orchard, though. As you get to be around 7 o'clock in the evening or so, you escort the Hoftons back to their mill. They are extremely appreciative. Sarah Hofton just says, I cannot thank you enough. I was sure she was going to kill us if we were there much longer. So, thank you. Please, just give me one moment. And she goes, and brings that strongbox that you all saw before and know exactly what it's in. So she says...
Everyone feigns surprise.
Yep, she gladly gives you these things.
Good thing we didn't steal them or whatever.
Yep, so the total that she's giving you, and I'll write it down, is 110 silver, jewelry worth 14 gold pieces, and then the scarf.
And was the scarf magical? Is that
yes,
right?
Yes, it is.
The dancing scarf. I don't remember what it does though.
It enhances your performance.
Oh, that would have been handy. We should have saved them first.
If only we knew.
Yep.
To the boars, then.
So is that like? Do we have group loot, or is that how are we doing the money?
I think we should just split it.
Split it.
Yeah, split 6 ways at 41.6 repeating silver pieces apiece.
So it's
what? So like 2/3 of us get a silver piece, and
it's 25 gold pieces. So you can each get 4 gold pieces, and then you have, 10 silver left over.
So
I'll just take
if
4
you
gold
all
pieces.
if you all get 4 gold and a silver, you'll have just 4 silver left over in the pot.
and we can just put that into the circus.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you, Horatio. I'll say you keep it. If you're keeping circus funds, you have an extra 4 silver with which to do.
Okay, I will put 4 silver on the party inventory.
I'll donate another silver, so it's 5.
Ooh, big spender.
5 silver.
5 silver.
And just
That
take
will
my
buy
4 gold.
one flyer. Actually, it might buy more than that. I don't know.
That's at least like a whole order of flyers.
Okay, yeah, Horatio, if you do decide to add that to the circus pot, then I've gone ahead and added that to the circus payout.
Okay.
So, all right. And then does anybody take the scarf? It is an invested item, so you have to spend one of your 10 slots to invest it.
I think we should give that to one of the actual performers.
I mean,
Maybe we should give it to the performer who did so good last week. Just
I will
saying.
take
I think they earned it.
It is adorned with bells.
It
Oh,
sounds good
perfect.
to me.
that is perfect.
Add to the jingle.
I mean, we are kind of punishing Marion for not being
I
here
will
last
take
week.
that
But...
dancing scarf.
I cannot imagine Marion wearing.
Oh my god.
It just
It's like
that's
the
why
other
with
friend
your
all
Yeah, I don't think Petra would probably go for that either.
Okay.
Unless
Fabian.
it's like black and red, but it's probably not.
No, it's kind of like this mauve.
No.
It does require you to dance.
You do have to dance.
Ugh.
Yep, so Fabian, you gain the scarf, the dancing scarf. So
Okay.
it gives you just a +1 bonus to performance checks to dance.
sounds good.
And then you can also use it to dance as an action. And when you do this, you can... you can activate it as an action after you've just done a performance check to dance. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys because it's a cool little thing. Dancing scarf. There you go. The Hoftons would tell you exactly what it does and kind of how to make it work.
Oh.
I wonder how they acquired this.
Yeah, so if you take an action to dance and then use another action to activate it, you become concealed till the beginning of your next turn. So it wishes around you and you
That's so cool.
hides you in your magical scarf dance. Alrighty. So, they give you all of that. So the party heads over to Hofton Mill, spends a few minutes over there doing that. And then it sounds like you were going to try to head back over to Oldland's Orchard.
Yeah, we want to make sure the town is safe.
Okay. All right. So evening has come at this point. It's getting dark, so I will say just outside conditions now are low light. For the one or two of you that affects. But you all come across this open and wide orchard. So, looking across here. So, you look over, orchard seems to have few apple trees and whatnot around it. Has this somewhat dried out ditch where you assume a stream used to be. And there are some signs around there of tracks. So I'll say whoever wants to kind of track and look around for this boar will go ahead. I will make a perception check for you. So who wants to helm the tracking of the boar?
Helm the tracking.
Yes.
Do I have
Or you can
survival?
make a survival check, actually. I think a survival check will fit more in the circumstance.
Can you do perception
I am not good with that.
anyway? Or is it just survival?
I do think that survival is one of the tasks of the perception, or the survivals. Tracking is one of the tasks of the survival skill.
I see.
I am not trained in survival.
I am not
Yeah,
good
I
with
got
that.
it. Fine.
Oh, I've got training in survival.
Oh, you
Oh.
do? Okay.
Yeah, track.
He's none of us, though.
Harsh.
You have one person with survival.
I mean,
just,
that's
as a
as long
rogue,
as
you
you
end
have
up with so
one.
many skills, especially if you invest in intelligence in the beginning.
That's true. Yeah.
As long as it's not magical, I'm good.
All right, so 21, Fabian, with this nice new jangly scarf around you, begin kind of looking around, prowling around. Do notice these tracks around here. They seem to come and go from this ditch, this kind of mostly dried up stream. And you notice there is a log bridge kind of across that log that's fallen or someone has put it there that crosses over the stream, and kind of nearby that is where the boar tracks seem to kind of come and go from. Doing this, you don't hear or see any signs of the boar immediately, but you do kind of point out that that's the area where it is. So it's up to you. You're kind of a ways around it, and there's ways to get at it from pretty much all sides, so you all can decide the way you approach where you think the boar might make its nest.
Should we try to surround it?
I think we should try and be quiet, be stealthy.
I'm okay. Decent at that. Not
Before we go any farther, so far, like, these animals have been possessed by some sort of malicious entity that is making them act unnaturally. That being said, can we not kill this one?
fine.
Well,
God.
no promises.
We did, when we discussed this before, there was some thought of sparing the boarlets.
The baby boars.
Yeah, if the
I mean, as
if
long
the boar
as
is
it's not 30 to 50 feral hogs.
if
You're dead.
if the boar is
It's level 20 encounter.
still attacking people after this point in time, I don't know that knocking it out, like when it wakes back up, it may just still try and kill someone.
Well, we could knock it out and then see if we can unpossess it.
Can you do non-lethal spells like produce flame?
Yeah, there's a feat for that.
Ugh.
There's a meta magic feat to do that.
I mean, Do you have any ideas about how to unpossess it?
We could like try punching it. I mean, there's only really two things I can do, so I can punch it or I can punch it a different way. I don't think either one of those things is gonna unpossess it.
My opinion, it's an animal, but let's find this thing and
Faith,
figure
you're
it out,
such a
to be
good
honest.
soul.
Yeah, I just do people ghosts, not animals.
I don't do animals. So Faith suggested trying to surround where it is. Does anyone want to try that plan, or are you all taking from one direction?
I think. Yeah, if we can surround it, even if we can corral it, maybe one way. Out of
That
town.
way, it'll only kill one of us at random.
Which one?
Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So you kind of have two sides to where the area of the boar is, kind of this muddy stream bank. So who wants to be on which side? Who's on the left and who's on the right?
I want to be left.
Faith is left.
I'll be on the right.
Petra on the right. Anybody else?
I'll be on.
Well, the clown should be on the left and the Joker's on the right. We have a clown. I don't think we have any Jokers.
I'll go with Petra.
I'll take the left.
Okay, Marion and Fabian.
I said I was on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, very
I'll take the right.
Okay, so we've got Petra, Horatio, and Fabian on the right, and then Faith, Marion, and Oartius on the left. Okie dokie. You all come over and see the area around here. So this divot here, this creek that's mostly muddy and just has a little trickle of water running through it, is down a few feet. So you can't see from where you are. It goes level down and then just sinks into the ground there. So you can't see into it from your current positions. You do see the log bridge covering over it, however.
And then shall we just stealth to approach?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
avoiding notice. Marion's
Oh.
gonna go to the log. Get on top of it.
All right. So I will say, Marion, what's your stealth bonus?
My stealth bonus is 3.
Okay. So Marion approaches the log. As Marion gets up on the log, there is a creak and a shift. Some of the bark kind of breaks off and trickles down into the path below. Looking down, Marion, you hear a as it seems to alert some of the boars here. You see one larger one and 3 smaller ones start up. The larger one kind of looks up and seems quite agitated. Everybody can go ahead and roll initiative, and you can all choose to roll stealth if you so desire.
I'm gonna click on myself first, like a smart person.
I feel like we all choose
Where's my
stealth when
stealth?
it's given a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where?
Nobody's wisdom based in this party.
Oh, it's up at the top.
I have a 14 wisdom. Wait, is that the highest wisdom? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably,
well,
yeah.
because I think I'm 12.
Uh-huh.
I have a training in
Oh.
perception. I do not have training in stealth.
I have 12 wisdom as well.
Alrighty. Faith, you hear the oinking from down in the ditch. What do you do?
If I was standing here on the edge, I could attack the juvenile boar.
Yes. Yeah, you could.
Do I want to do that?
I don't know.
I mean, actually, I do, because I think what that'll do is it'll draw the attention of the mama boar to attack me and not attack you guys. Because I'm better at healing myself than I'm healing you. So I'm going to try to non-lethally punch this boar.
Okay.
So self-sacrifice.
You punch
16
the
hit?
boar. 16 does. 5 points non-lethal damage. Boom.
And the other half of the flurry. Ooh, nice.
Another
17
8.
also hits.
All right, you come up and punch this boar, this small boar, a couple times. It begins crying out this horrible shrieking sound. The larger boar turns on you with this full,
Well, that works for
full
sure.
charging rage in its eyes. It's just not doing so hot.
I still have another action, though, so
Sure.
I'm going to try the third attack on the boar, see if I can knock it out. 5 misses, I'm assuming?
5. You get just a little distracted by this other boar being very angry at you now, and you miss.
My plan has worked, perhaps you will.
Ratio.
First action, I am going to cast Electric Arc, and that will be on Mama Boar and Northern Baby Boar.
Okay, on the big boar. Let's see. Making a reflex save. DC's 18. No, that will fail. So 6 points of lightning damage, and then the juvenile boar to the north of that will make a reflex save. And critically fail. So there's this faint odor of bacon in the air. As you zap this boar. Does not destroy it, but does hurt it pretty bad.
And third action, Protective Ward.
Okay. Arshisk.
So I'm going to sprint to the edge and then try to leap over the water and tackle the larger boar.
Oh, this is my old art.
Oh, sorry. Sure.
So I'll get to the edge and then I'll make a long jump.
Okay.
And then I will try to land here or something.
Okay.
And then try to grapple the boar. If I succeed at my long jump, I suppose.
I mean, well, you have to jump over the small boar, but I guess he's down, right?
Yeah. Like if it dips down enough, I want to, here and then try to jump.
Oh.
Because you're jumping over the boar, not through the boar.
That's right.
Otherwise, it would be like
Over the
well, it would be a contested.
But the juvenile
athletic
boar
check.
is below me too.
Yeah, it's in the stream and not on the bed.
Yeah, so you're using 2 actions for your long jump. You stride and then make the leap.
I have
So ping what square you'd like to end up in.
this one.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have the quick jump, so I can use high jump and long jump as a single action instead of 2.
Oh, okay. Then do you want to... Because you'd have to still do 2 actions if you wanted to move and then jump.
Right. So then I'll
Right.
still have 1 action
Yeah.
left, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unless you want to try to
long
jump
jump
from where you are.
Long jump includes a stride.
Yeah.
So if it's 1 action, you get to stride and jump as 1 action.
But does
okay.
quick jump do that?
Well, quick jump says that you don't perform the initial stride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick jump has a bit of a limitation on it.
Instead, yeah. So it would either be 2
Okay.
actions to do the stride and the long, or
Makes sense. So you can
So-
reduce
I
it if
mean-
you're like already standing.
So you don't fail
He
You-
could just try to,
long jump from there.
From
where
his-
you are.
and he wouldn't automatically fail.
Yeah, it would be
He
a
would
DC
still prob-
25 to
Would
jump
still
from
prob-
where you are
Which
as
is-
1 action.
Which
over
is
to where they're-
possible.
It is possible.
It's athletics.
Yeah.
DC 25. I have to roll an 18.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like those odds. Because I'm pretty sure that if you fail, you end up prone in a stream surrounded by boars.
If you critically fail.
Right.
If you fail, you leap normally, so I believe that's just a... your speed's 25?
Yeah.
Archus? Okay, you would leap.
Yeah.
You just leap 10 feet. So you'd still be on the cusp here. Yeah.
But if I roll a 7 or lower, I would end up in the stream.
You're going to lower. You fall and land prone. Yeah.
Let's just do the 2 actions. Let's just.
Sure. Take the
As
safe
much
road.
as it would be cool to just standing long jump from there 25 feet.
Maybe
So-
next level.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, One day. You
Yeah,
will be able to
eventually.
do that.
Eventually, it'll be no problem.
So just a DC 15.
Oh no.
Well, you leap normally.
I'm glad it didn't.
So you leap 10 feet, which means you land on the boar, the juvenile boar.
Can I?
You can try to.
Oh, that's not.
You can try to grab an edge on the other side before you land on the boar, if you want.
It's not really a ledge, is it? It's just kind of a.
Kinda. I mean,
I could hero point this,
you could.
and then I wouldn't have it when the boar inevitably kills me that I'm currently grappling.
This is true.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. Hero point. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You could have jumped there from the beginning. So yeah, you take a leap, land over, kind of jump on the side, and go to just land down on the boar. I will say that gives you panache, and then a +1 circumstance bonus if you want to try to tackle and grapple this boar. Is that another 25? Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and grab on this boar. It's against their Fortitude DC. Yeah, that passes.
Okay. That's all for my turn.
So yeah, you come down and you grab hold of the boar, and the boar is grabbed. Marion.
I'm going to draw my crossbow, and I'm going to shoot the big boar.
Okay.
Pung. Does an 18 hit?
18.
If it's grabbed, then it's flat-footed.
It is grabbed. Yeah, it's gonna super hit. Double check on that real quick.
That wasn't for naught.
Yeah, flat-footed and immobilized. Yeah, so it's grabbed and held there, so you boom, feather a crossbow bolt into this boar. Shrieks out in pain as the crossbow is held out of it. Alright, Marion, what else are you doing?
And then I reload.
Wind the crossbow back.
Yep.
Okay, that was Marion. Petra.
It's the boar's grappled, right?
Boar. Oh, Archus is currently grappling a boar. Wrestling with a boar.
Okay.
I tried this at the beginning of the campaign. It didn't work so well.
All right.
Yeah, we're second level though, so you're much better.
Okay. So, if I can put days on my sword, right? It just works the same as my other
You
sword?
can.
Okay. I'm going to move, put days on my sword, move twice. My second, is that right? Can I second move? Put,
You
that's
can
only-
move once and put
Put
on
diff-
there
yeah. And then
as 2 actions.
okay.
And then your second move will bring you up there, but we won't be able to attack yet.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're standing
is
at the...
days further away then? Like,
Days is a range thing.
so then I'll just move once. I was right here, right?
I think so.
It goes right there. So I'll just move once, and then And then I'm gonna try and daze. It hasn't worked. It's only worked once, but.
Sure. Cast daze on the boar that's being grappled. All right. It has to make a will save. It does succeed. So go ahead.
It, like, never works.
So 3 reduced down to 1 point of damage to the boar.
It's not
so you kind of like
right?
zap it as it's being grabbed, and
it never works.
And it just kind of, you're like, this is just a dumb spell. Doesn't kill things. Ugh. All right, so that is that for Petra. We are on to the boar's turn. So the boar does not like being grabbed by the lizard. So I believe he's going to try to escape from that grab. And double check on that real quick. Alright. That's an attack. Da-da-da. So what is your athletics DC, O.R. Shisk?
Which is what, 10 plus my athletics?
Yep.
17.
17. Okay, so I believe it can make an attack, right? Yep, can just make a straight.
Yeah, I doubt it's gonna have any armed attacks.
So yes, you said it was 18?
17.
17. It critically succeeds. So it kind of gets out of your grasp and then strides over here. So it's going to do that as an action. Wrench itself free from there. And then going to just turn back around, step toward you, and then send its tusks back in your direction. So it's second attack technically because the escape was an attack action. So let's see how it does on this. Only gets a 14 to hit your armor class.
Okay, no.
All right, yep, you kind of like dodge out of the way as the boar comes for you. But that is the end of its turn then. Fabian.
Okay, I'm gonna use 2 actions to get here, and then I'm gonna punch the juvenile boar.
Okay.
Because we're trying to not kill them, right? We're trying to knock them out. Allegedly.
Well, that's what.
I mean, that's my goal.
We talked about not killing the babies.
Yep, so
Okay, so I'm gonna punch the baby.
taking Fate's example, you go and like just punch this baby boar. Boom. They're juvenile. They're not like little tiny piglets. They're like, a little bit more grown than that. However, since that is a critical unarmed attack, you do successfully knock this one out. Kind of lays over in the mud.
Wow,
Having a good day. Nice.
that was a good punch.
Yep. So that was 2 strides and a strike.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Boars. Little boars are going to defend themselves. One is going to go after Faith. Oh, wait. Hang on. You punch this boar,
Yes.
Fabian,
I did.
and it kind of takes over to the side, but then manages to get
Oh, no.
back up and retain itself because it is a
These boars are
ferocious. They are ferocious little boars. So does do that. Okay, so the boar that got knocked out is going to go after Fabian, and then the one that knocked is attacking Faith. Each is doing 3 attacks. 3 attacks against Fabian, 3 attacks against Faith, and then 3 attacks against O.R. Shisk. So against Fabian, let's see. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Okay, you take
I assume Ty goes to. Wait, does Ty go to the defender or the attacker? I can't remember.
attacker. It's the DC they're trying to
Attacker.
make.
Yeah. So no, it does.
Okay, that's 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh, there goes my healing.
Then a critical hit against you.
Oh no!
That board does not like you at all. Oh. Uh-oh.
And that's 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh no, I'm out. What happens?
no.
You go to dying 2 because it was a critical hit.
Crit hit.
Oh my god! You know, I was thinking about like, oh, catfolk have that feat that protects them against critical hit, but I was like, when am I gonna be downed on a critical hit? Oh my
And
god!
then
All
All
the
the
time.
the,
Saying.
The answer is all the time.
the juvenile boar doesn't stop attacking Fabian.
Oh my god!
But its
It's a
last
ferocious
one
little boar.
is only a 5 total to attack, so I think you get like a -4 because you're unconscious to your AC. But I think even then it would still miss, so it doesn't manage to do much as Fabian gets knocked
Oh my
unconscious.
God, dying 2. Where do I
and are
put the dying
at
2?
Dying 2.
It's -6.
It's -6. So I
Yeah.
think even it rolled a 5 total to its thing. So
Well, that's good. Oh, there's the dying. God. Oh my god.
all right, so 3 attacks then at Faith. So first one is an 11, doesn't hit. Second one is a 16. Don't think that hits either.
No, that doesn't hit.
And the last one's a 14. So you're
That
able
doesn't
to
hit.
dodge and duck and weave out of the attacks there. Then one goes after Oarshisk. So first one is a 15 against Oarshisk. Doesn't
No.
hit. Next one is 11.
No.
And then a 12. So the rest of you
No.
dodge out of the way, but then see Fabian just absolutely wrecked by this boar he hit. Faith.
So the boar that's on Fabian is still attacking him, right?
Yes.
Like it didn't stop when he went down. So I need to attack that bear. So I'm gonna, I guess, step here.
Sure.
That's a thing. And I'm gonna flurry. The first attack is gonna be on the juvenile boar.
Okay.
They're both juvenile boars.
On the
One that's
on the
currently-
north juvenile boar. That one.
Okay. That will indeed hit.
Okay.
It gets knocked out, but because it has been its turn, it
But it gets
regains
back up
its
again.
reaction.
It's its reaction
So it
Okay.
kind of staggers to the side, but then keeps.
Song for that.
Okay.
You gotta
And then I will flurry. So hit it again. Or try to hit it again. 6 misses.
A 6 misses.
My third attack. 14. It's a 14 hit.
A 14 does not hit.
But he's
Juvenile
flanking
boars.
his unconscious body, right?
No. Faith is unconscious, so that boar remains up and still moving about.
You're gonna get murdered by these boars.
All
That's
right.
what I'm worried about.
Oarshisk.
I'm surrounded by boars.
Yes.
This is. I mean, I guess I asked for it.
You jumped into them.
I. I'm going to. Does panache give me again? I don't often have it without attacking. Once again. I think I'm just gonna go around and try to attack that boar as well. Extra precision. God, I just really don't want to be next to this boar.
Oh, well, you're not grappling it anymore. You can attack it, then run away. It probably doesn't have reaction.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
We're just gonna do a claw at the big boar.
It's a big boar.
Sure. A 24 will certainly hit for 6 points of
Right.
damage.
Do extra precision damage. How does that work again? Is it
I think you do an extra 2 points of damage
two?
when you have
I think
panache.
so too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so an extra 2 damage on top of that. All right.
Uh,
Boar is not looking good.
I'm gonna go for a second one.
Okay.
Um,
That's a crit. So it would be 6 doubled to 12.
12
Okay. Are you doing lethal or non-lethal damage?
to the big boar.
Hmm.
Lethal.
Okay. doesn't technically matter because it does ferocity as its reaction, so it will kind of take a staggering dip down, kind of go down on one leg, but then keep itself up, and still just barely maintain there.
I'm gonna raise a shield.
Okay, you swipe, and kind of take this boar down. It looks like it's staggering around on its last legs. Marion.
I'm going to stride to here. I'm going to cast Stabilize on Fabian.
All right. You shut death's door. You see a small, like, cat ghost that was kind of, like, lingering over Fabian, kind of licking Fabian a little bit, scamper away as you... No, you're not dying today.
Not today.
So, yep, Fabian, you have stabilized. You don't have to make recovery checks.
Oh,
But,
thank
like,
you.
Not
Until
a
you get
cat
attacked again.
animal ghost, like a cat humanoid ghost.
You
right?
do
'Cause
lose
we established that Marion doesn't deal with animal ghosts.
Oh.
That was a psycho pump. I deal with those all the time.
Yeah, cat ghosts. So, Fabian, you do gain Wounded 1, however, since you lose the dying condition.
Okay.
Would it be wounded 1 or wounded 2?
1.
One.
Even though it was dying 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Petra.
I think I'm actually up. I dropped out of the initiative.
Oh.
You deleted my old token. I am going to open my character sheet, which I apparently closed. Probably not do that. And then I am going to cast Lightning Arc. Electric Arc.
Or with 2 ferocious ones.
On our 2 angry friends. They may critically succeed or die.
Save or die. Let's see what happens. Reflex save for Big Boar. He fails. For Little Boar. Critically fails. You see a ratio from the gem in your hand. Send out lightning. It casts and fries these 2 boars. There's the hefty, wafting odor of freshly cooked bacon in the
And
air.
hair.
Is in
Animals.
hair.
And I will sustain Protective Ward.
Okay.
The power of the dark side.
Yeah, he uses
Animals.
the power of the Sith.
This is not evil.
Fry animals. Yeah. So these 2 boars kind of get zapped and lie over, no longer moving. Petra.
So are they dead or are they just
These 2 boars that got zapped are very dead.
oh. Well. That's
Electrocuted poor, right?
Mhm.
Because it wasn't like a flaming damage.
That's
So I
right.
guess it's not really slow cooked because it was definitely fast cooked. But
Flash
we could probably you could probably slow cook it later.
fried.
I guess I can't really go into the boar space because it's a big, huge boar.
You can go into the boar space.
Well-
It's dead now.
What is the juvenile boar down or is it like?
It's down in the pit in the ravine there,
Suck.
so you can step down into it.
I don't know what I want to do. Can I? Dang it! I guess I can't do non-lethal ray of frost.
No, unfortunately.
Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna ray of frost.
Just gonna frost this boar. A 14, however, will miss.
So I won't do it.
So you're kind of like, yeah, whatever. Shoot out the ray of frost from your sword. And it goes over it. Spore seems just kind of afraid now. Okay, so that was Petra. Boar's dead. Fabian, you are stable. Back to the juvenile boar's turn. They are scared and lashing out. This one will continue to just like tusk and claw and bite at Oarshisk, while this one does the same to Faith. I'm just going to unload on them. Oarshisk, the first one is an 18 to hit you?
Nope.
Nope. 12 doesn't, and then a 1 doesn't is either. And then against Faith, 19?
Nope.
Dang it! How about a critical hit?
Yes.
That deals 14 points of piercing damage as it does just gouge into your leg and leave a nasty
Ow.
scar there. And then we'll try a follow-up with a third attack,
was
but it's
not
only a
lethal.
2 total.
That will also miss.
Yep. So it does not do it. So Faith, you just got raked by this boar. What do you do?
I am going to flurry on the boar in return.
Sure.
So I'm going to punch it the first time. That hits.
That's a critical. It will use its reaction for some ferocity and try to stay up and stay in the fight.
Try again.
A
That
9
misses.
misses. Yep.
I am going to move to here and do battle medicine on Fabian.
All right.
Use my new. It's because I can do it as an action.
Sure.
That didn't work. So it's just to treat wounds. I succeed. He gains 4 hit points.
Yay! Does that mean I'm back up?
Yep. You're
Yes.
you're conscious and at 4. You are still prone. All right. So you kind of go over and do a quick like healing tap with healing punch tap right on his forehead. And Fabian, you kind of come back to. Arshisk.
I'm gonna punch the one next to me.
Sure.
Punches.
A 21 will certainly hit it for 4 points, 6 points because you have panache.
Is precision damage non-lethal?
It's the same damage.
Whatever.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
okay.
Of the attack.
non-lethal is not a damage type. It's a trait of the attack.
Okay, and then 6 more on that second strike. With that, it's not looking too good.
And then we're just gonna. Well, whatever. Yes, raise his shield.
Okay, keep defending yourself. Marion.
I'm gonna cast Daze on that
Okay.
boy.
All right. It's got to critically succeed on this will save. Let's see. Can't do it. So, and it critically fails. So you just knock this one kind of just falls over, like legs sticking straight out, and just falls over on its side, very unconscious.
And then I'm going to demoralize that boar. The still conscious boar.
Okay, you do not share a language, so I think you take a -4 penalty to
He's
your.
just
I
glaring,
would,
right?
except, and we've
Uh-huh.
gone over this already once.
He's just
I don't
glare
have,
at it.
I don't have to speak.
Oh God! Yes, intimidating glare. Forgot about that one. Yep. So it's just a straight up intimidation check. 18 against its will DC. That will intimidate this little boar. You look down at this little piglet, and it's very scared of you. All right. So that was Miriam. Then on to Horatio.
I'm going to stride to move here. I will sustain my protective ward, and then I will cast shield.
All right, guarding yourself. Petra. There's just the afraid little boar next to you that remains.
She stabs it.
How do I know it's afraid?
You see it kind of like shivering a little bit.
But it's still pretty ferocious.
It's not quite ferocious. Well, I guess it has
I'll
the
put
trait.
my Magus
Which is weird, right?
potency on my sword,
Okay.
and I'll attack. I will not attack lethally. that?
Non-lethally attack.
Yes.
Okay, so you would take a minus. Is it -2 or -4 for attacks with a lethal weapon?
2.
2. So you would take a -1 penalty because you have magus potency up. If you want to non-lethally hit it with your sword.
Well, what if you hit it with the hilt? What if I go like wham?
Yeah, it's basically having to use your sword in a non-lethal manner. It's
Okay,
usually a -2, but
I roll.
well, that'll do it. So you strike at it with the pommel. Boom! It hits. It uses ferocity to stay up, so it's still kind of just barely managing to laying up there. You still have one more attack.
Yep.
That would still get that extra -1 on top of the multiple attack penalty.
So it would be -3.
Did you hit just the longsword, or did you hit the +2 next to it?
I'll hit the 2.
Yeah, if you hit the 2 and then do an additional -1 on top of it, it should work.
Did you say additional -1?
Yeah, an additional -1 on top of it for the attacking non-lethally. Yeah, fucking
Aha!
super duper afraid and then super duper unconscious after that.
There we go.
Last
So
of the
many
boars.
nat 20s this session.
I know.
My God.
I crit at least twice.
On our side and not the Chiefs.
Yep.
It's a holiday miracle.
It is a holiday miracle. Merry
It's a solstice
fucking
miracle.
Christmas.
Yeah.
For that holiday miracle, you each get 80 experience points.
Putting us up to... what?
870.
870?
Yep.
That's just hard.
70.
Yep.
Getting close. Just one or two more combats.
And Oartius, real quick, what is your perception bonus?
7.
Okay. Oartius, because you're down here and see Petra come in and just knock out this last boar, goes sliding down into the mud. It kind of draws your attention to right underneath the old log over here. And you see that there is a body underneath the log.
This is exactly like the last ending session. I'd keep finding bodies at the end of the session.
You find a log, or find a log. There's a log, very obviously. Not so obvious as the body underneath it that seems to have been mangled. There are multiple tusk wounds on it. You see and appears to be a male gnome who had kind of farmer's clothing, like a satchel that's tossed on the side. You also see somewhat buried in the mud and leaves around it that there is a scroll tube that has fallen out of the bag, and then a small alchemical vial.
I guess I will try to draw everybody's attention to that.
That is a log, you say.
This log,
Gonna-
you say.
Can we
Wait,
get the
underneath
body?
Oh, I'm gonna get up. Oh, I feel unwell.
I'm gonna look back. Is Fabian okay?
Fabian's standing up now, but like, ugh, very hurt and beaten up for foraging.
Can we retrieve the body from under the log, or do we have to move the log to get the body?
You can get the body. It's not like stuck under the log. It's just like directly underneath it.
I mean, I would offer to use my medicine lore to figure out how this person died, but I think it's obviously they were killed by a boar.
The obvious answer, yes, is killed by boar. But in the interest of time, I will say you do kind of take this gnome's body out, see what it has with there. There is a scroll tube on there, and then a this alchemical vial there. Taking a while to identify, just so you have and we don't forget about it. It is a scroll tube containing the spell Unseasonable Squall, which is one of the new spells from this adventure. Special for everything going on here. Spell scroll of Unseasonable Squall. So, there you go for that. And then the alchemical item is a lesser antidote.
Is that irony? No. No, it's not irony.
Maybe a little bit. But after retrieving these two things, and there's Unseasonable Squall. Let me just do that.
Actually, is that even an arcane spell?
Or
Or is it just
Arcane Primal.
it sure is.
excellent? Taking that at 3. Actually, I think I can learn it. Put it in my spellbook now. I'll look this up.
Sure. You retrieve these items, unfortunately kind of do what you can for the poorly deceased gnome. But with that, you all seem to have investigated all the horrible things around Apperton. And having not much else to do, head back to the Circus of Wayward Wonders for a much-deserved rest after a hellish 2
We
days.
literally haven't
around.
rested in so long.
It's not over yet. There's mysterious happenings at the Hermitage.
There's still bullshit to take care of, but we will get to that bullshit in the new year next time. Really Playing Games. The Extinction Curse. Happy holidays. Happy 2020, although it fucking sucked.